Ladies and gentlemen, all I'm saying is if they gave me like an HDMI cable that I could hook into my 3DS, I would. It would be easier to stream, and it would be less glitchy, too. But here we are. The 3DS, it's funny. We have the streamability gap, right? For those of you not aware, that's the period from about 2000 to about 2009-ish. And it's been shrinking bit by bit as emulation and time and availability has been changing. But the 3DS is like the exception to that. Because the 3DS is just a colossal pain to stream. DS, emulate, no problems. The Wii U, or that's easy. I've got an HDMI cable in that. The Wii I can emulate with no real particular issues other than the control problems. And everything more modern is just an HDMI cable or a converter. Everything older is just emulated. But the 3DS is just such a gosh darn pain. And it's a shame because there's some damn good games locked on the 3DS. In fact, you're looking at most of them right here. But I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to jump back with me in time to 2012. We're a little more modern now. There's a couple games that came out here. I know, Astamine. Like I no shade thrown at the Citra team. They do their best. It's just the 3DS is the 3DS. So let's see what came out this year. We got a couple games. Dragon's Dogma came out. Guild Wars 2 came out. What else we got? Spec Ops: The Line, Sleeping Dogs, Telltale's The Walking Dead came out in 2012. Diablo 3, that just smashed everything. Dishonored, Assassin's Creed 3, Borderlands 2. Oh yeah, and a game some of you may have heard of called Mass Effect 3, which has the coincidental effect of not only launching my career, but in a very indirect way, saving my life. And in all of that, yeah, I know, nobody's ever heard of Mass Effect 3. And all of that, another game came out called New Super Mario Bros. 2. They actually couldn't decide on what exactly to brand this game as for a while. By this point, the 3DS was doing fine. You know, they'd gotten past that initial slump of having no real library. People had started putting games onto the 3DS. They started putting up games onto the 3DS. The Pokemon games are selling very well. You know, Gen 6, excuse me, was doing very well. 3D Land had been doing well. Mario Kart 7 was doing very well. All three Zeldas were doing very well. Everything was awesome. And then they released New Super Mario Bros. 2 on it. If you're paying attention, New Super Mario Bros. 1 and New Super Mario Bros. Wii are two of the best-selling Mario games of all time. In fact, they occupy the number 2 and the number 3 slot, respectively. Right behind the original, asterisk. This one, not so much. And most people will always tell you the same reason why. They will say it's because the game has a focus on coins, and that's stupid. They'll say that the game is too easy, which is the usual complaint people rack out. Or they will say that, you know, it just doesn't deserve to exist. It doesn't feel like a main Mario game, and we're just tired of playing Mario World again, right? Like, we already done it 3 times, now we're just playing another Mario World. For God's sakes. It sucks. And so this game has a pretty bad reputation amongst gamer circles and people who actually play Mario games and play video games in general. What's really strange, though, is that the actual reason behind this game being what it is has nothing to do with any of that. Or perhaps more accurately, is the cause of all that. New Super Mario Bros. 2 was made by not Nintendo. Let me explain that a little bit. So the core Nintendo EAD team have done a whole lot of cool things over the years, even before now and especially after now. And they were working on a new Mario Brothers game, which they were throwing their heart and soul into. And they were pulling out all the stops, trying to make this thing this big, massive, fantastic new 2D Mario for their brand new system, the Wii U. But they wanted to release a Mario title on the 3DS as well. So, for reasons that I actually kind of agree with, they decided to reach out to any developer in all of Nintendo and say, hey, would anyone here like to work on the next Mario game? And it was intended to be a teaching experience and a learning experience for anybody who didn't make Mario games. And a huge number of the staff came on board and started working on it. Now, there's still some of the same supervisors, directors, and overall producers, But all of the core development team is completely newbies who had never done a Mario game before. So they're trying to figure out what they're doing and how they're doing it, learning level design, learning how to, like not just like the design itself, but the physical actuality of putting the design into the game, all kinds of fun stuff like that, which served them very well, because they then went on to make another game you've probably heard of called Splatoon. Yes, that's right, this is that team, the Splatoon team. So all of that stuff, they cut their teeth on this game. But the downside of all of that is, there's no denying this, this is made by the B team. It just is not going to be at the same level of quality of the previous games, or for that matter, the future ones. Now, what's really sad is, while I agree with the overall concept of allowing other people to cut their teeth and learn as they develop, because that makes sense to me, and, long-term profitability and blah, 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 it did hurt the sales of this game, and it hurt the sales of the next game. New Super Mario Bros. U didn't sell particularly well, until it came out on the Switch, at which case it sold extremely well, because of course it did. So that's nice to know that it actually finally did eventually do well. But either way, you're probably wondering, Lord, all I care about is the gold coin thing. Why the gold coin thing? It's the most basic of ideas. You're going to laugh when you hear it. You're probably expecting some big thing. No. The reason for the gold coin thing is because players for decades have given feedback that they like collecting coins in Mario games, even when they don't need to. Even regardless of the fact that it gives you a life, a lot of players will automatically home in on the coins. On the one hand, that's because of the audio-visual tie-in and a little bit of human psychology. We notice something out of place and we immediately poke in on that, right? On the other hand, most of the Mario games, going all the way back to Mario 1, would use coins as guidelines. It would give the players something to indicate, to draw their eye to a particular location, or to draw the physical player to a location. The game we just played did stuff like that all over the place. Very well, actually. So there's a whole lot of trying to use coins as a method to invest the players and to draw their attention and to get them to go stuff, and blah, 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 blah. So they're like, why don't we just make that our game? So they did. Now, hang on. There's one last problem with this game. Because for everything I just told you, all of that just leads up to probably a rough experience, but still probably a decent game. And I'm very curious how this one's going to review. But there's one other really big flaw. It's lost levels again. Or Galaxy 2, if you prefer. I believe this is technically actually the 4th time we've run into this problem, but it's weird. Until I did this review series, I never realized how many times the Mario series, the mainline Marios, have had level pack games. The assets in this game, with very few exceptions, are copy-pasted from the Wii version. Backgrounds, foregrounds, music. I mentioned this just earlier today. There are exactly 3 new songs in this game. Everything else is copy-pasted from the Wii version. And almost all of the tile set, Wii version. So, this is a level pack. Well, ask me again when RFF comes out, Trixie. So we'll see how this scores. I honestly have no idea. But we do have to reiterate a topic that we've actually brought up several times before. If a new game, completely new game, uses the exact same assets as the previous game, does it get credit for them? And we've already had this discussion with Lost Levels. But I bring it to the crowd once again because here we are. Oh yeah, we also ran into this with Majora. Although Majora really ran with it. There's your theme for the game. Coins. Hmm? That's a good point, Lord Harriman. You're right. We do standardize positives to Pokemon games because they're Pokemon games. Pretty much every Pokemon game gets a few standard positives. I thought about the fake Bowser's thing, Blue Off Alex, and I'm kind of with you. Something I never noticed until this particular playthrough was how much storytelling was in some of the early Marios. Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3, and Mario World being the big, well, and Yoshi's Island. All of those being the biggest examples of that. Mario 2, of course, had the fall into and then the slow ascent. If you pay attention across Mario 2, you're always going up throughout the course of the stages. Like if you line up the stages, it's a slow ascent up to the Sky Palace, which is where Wart's at. Obviously in Mario 3 is duh, but, you know, there's the World 5 thing, but also everything to do with World 8. And Mario World is slowly circling until we find where the airship crashed and then go to the valley, and Yoshi's Island is, again, circling the island until we go up and out. So there's some visual storytelling on display there, and I'm still debating if the fake Bowser's thing deserves its own point there, because it feels like the beginnings of a story positive, you know what I mean? Because I'm with it. But how many people have never even seen that? Actually, I don't know if you knew this, Blow, Alex, but it was actually a glitch originally. And then they decided to codify it as an actual feature of the game just for the hell of it. No, I mean, this is actually a topic we've had several times. In fact, the first time I think we had this topic is with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. In Assassin's Creed Odyssey, they brought back the eagle mechanic from Assassin's Creed Origins, and it was an immediate discussion. Does Assassin's Creed Odyssey get credit for that, even though it's just the eagle mechanic again? Hey, Melkor. The bottom screen is pretty much the exact same as it was in the DS version, aka it's there to be a mini-map. I can see exactly where I am in the stage, and I can see how many coins I've gotten. And, sorry, when I say coins, I actually am referring to the big coins, the unlock coins, not the little coins. Oh, man, not lurching. That's just our life, by the way. It's just streaming a 3DS game. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about that. We have the storage mechanic again, so that's cool. I feel like I kind of agree with most of you all. The idea of how they use it kind of matters. I mean, to use it too is a very, very, very basic example. If they literally took, you know, stage 1-1 and copy-pasted it here, that would probably bother me more than the fact that they're using the same tile set and the same assets in order to design it. They mentioned there's coins in this game. They actually invented several new coin-related power-ups and stuff, which we'll show off as we go. Yeah, the audio is having trouble keeping up. Just, it's gonna warp and distend like that the whole play. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. It's gonna slow down and speed up all over the place.
Oh yeah, Mario time.
Jesus Christ. Hang on. What? Hang on. No, something is actually wrong. And I don't know how to fix it, because I didn't know that was even an option. How do you change the speed? Does anybody know how to change the speed of Citra? I'm looking through the options right now. Because I was just checking the frame rate. And something's off here. No, yeah, we're currently at 90% speed. And I don't know why, or how to change that. Oh, hang on, maybe this is it. This is so finicky. Oh my god, this is so finicky. I'm up to 95%. Gotta move like 1 pixel. Nope, that was too many pixels. Jesus Christ. There. There we go. Jesus. What in the crap? Sorry. Hopefully that'll help. I don't know when that happened. Yeah, I had to physically drag it to 100%, and the top possible is like 1,000. So I had to drag it essentially by 1 pixel to the left. Christ. My apologies, everyone. Yeah, the sound sounds a lot better. I was kind of wondering, because I did tech tests with this, and it usually performed better than 3D Land, so whatever. Anyways, yeah, so 1 inventory slot, cannot use it on the overworld, but you can use it in stage, so bit of a safety mechanism thing. I hope to show off at least some of the new stuff at some point. Can you get over the game? Yes, you can get a game over the screen. In this game, this is a common joke. One of the most commonly said things about this game is that it's the hardest game in the entire Mario series to actually view the game over screen in, because you got to work at it. Although you know my opinions on that. I've already decided, based on previous experience, I'm not actually going to go ahead and 100% on camera. I doubt anybody actually wants to watch that. I'll do it on my own time. Listen, if a game isn't literally playing itself while I give it money, is it even really a game, honestly? But no, this game... I actually have no idea how hard this game is going to be compared to the previous one. The previous one was actually hard. I think I've proven that today. So... we'll see how this one manages. I didn't ruin the joke. I added to the joke. Oh, come on. Yeah, Mario's almost going to be as rich as Luigi by the end of this game. Yeah, then there's the DLC stuff, with which Frieza has requested we do. Which I have actually never done. So, we'll see how that works out. This is actually kind of a long game. It has more stages than the previous game, and then it has the DLC. So, we'll be here in a minute. You may or may not notice, though, so far none of the music is new. Like I said, 3 new songs. Oh, and that's another thing. It's actually physically impossible to purchase the DLC now. The only ways you can access the DLC are via the method I'm going to be using. Undead dry piranhas. That's cool. Either using the method I'm using, which is a very legitimate legal way of doing so, buying a 3DS that already has it unlocked on it, or a third method I can't remember, but it's a really weird esoteric method. Because that's it. Those are the methods. It might involve hacking the 3DS, yeah. I think that was it. But good freaking luck is the point. We're Nintendo. We don't want your stinking, stupid, dirty money. Please buy our games. Yeah, Nintendo, I think they've heard of games preservation, but I don't think they actually understand what it means. Yeah, you ever think about how dense his leg muscles have to be, Jiren? This is a cool little thing right here. Yeah, it's... Every now and again, I wish I had, like, the ability to reach out to the people who make these decisions. Because it's not the developers. I just reach out to, you know, the money people at Nintendo and be like, why do you do this? Like, what do you mean? Like, why do you do this? Oh yeah, Reznor's in this game. Then for some reason he's Godzilla.
Mario #1! Woohoo!
Well, Wonder is next, so... Roy, look. What do you want from me? You're the one who put Reznor here. Notice it's actually the same animation for Peach being dragged. It's just more Roy instead of Junior.
Let's go!
Yeah, no, Reznor is that. There's other versions of Reznor, obviously, but yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so now we can finally show off some of this gold nonsense. There's actually another power-up I keep looking for, and I keep not seeing it. Pride. I mean, maybe, huh? If pride is actually their motivation, then I need to take my belt off, if you know what I mean. Like, look. Quit it. I will admit, when I first played this game, I was like, alright, cool, so we're collecting coins. And about 3 stages in, my thought process was essentially, so why am I collecting coins? I don't want to sound negative. Quite the contrary. It's just, there's mechanisms and concepts and things they could have done to make there a point in collecting coins, you know? Something to spend the coins on. This is something we saw in Bowser's Fury, for example, where coins can lead to power-ups. Or we could access the aforementioned DLC stages by purchasing them with coins. Or access the coin levels with getting coins. Or buy our way through new areas with coins and blah, blah. There are mechanisms and vehicles. That's nice. There's mechanisms and vehicles that are not exactly unusual and existed at this time that they could have been like to make a purpose in them. But I'm just going to spoil this for you. There is no reason to collect coins. The only reason to collect coins, if you feel like it, is to get that million. And as I've already said, the million is a hell of a grind. Yeah, exactly. Coin Rush is the only thing that does anything with it.
Let's go!
It takes a better man than me, Lord Hermit. So this is one of my favorite power-ups in this game, and I actually unironically like this. Once you get 1,000,000 coins, a golden statue of Mario shows up on the title screen. When I eventually 100% this game, because I haven't yet, I will not be doing that because that is a waste of my time. I will get all the major coins, beat all the levels, you know, access all the stuff, but I am not going to grind 1,000,000 coins. And let's be clear, it is grinding. I know not everyone's as anti-grinding as me, and that's fine. But, again, what's 1,000,000 divided by 30,000? Specific numbers. Hell, you could have done some cool stuff with, like, maybe, I don't know, making it so that coins are ammo, maybe, in some kind of weird way? Maybe make some of the gold power-ups that you get in this game that are unique to this game do extra things based on how many coins you have, or, like, every 50 coins or something like that. You could, shoot a coin bomb that just turns all the enemies on the screen into coins. Like, there's so many cool things you can do with coins. And they did nothing with it. Well, I shouldn't say nothing. They did almost nothing. Excuse me. Let me be more precise. 33. That's actually not as bad as I thought. So all I have to do is perfectly do the first world 34 times.
Mario time.
I'm still not doing that.
Let's go.
Yeah, we've actually talked about this before. I like achievements when those achievements are meaningful gameplay additions. Like, well, I will use the example here, WoW, because every discussion I have eventually devolves into talking about WoW. World of Warcraft, there are 2 achievements. Only 2. There's only 2 in the whole game. There's 2 types of achievements. One is go grind your face off on this rep for literal days in order to try and gain access to this one thing. Cool, there you go. The other is do this boss in a way that makes the boss harder and more creative and fun to play. And most games do this, I've noticed. Most games have grind achievements, for lack of a better way to call it. And most games have, you know, mutator achievements. You know, something that changes up the gameplay. I tend to like mutator achievements. Like, I usually gravitate towards that kind of thing. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh yeah, maybe it's a whole other boss that you only fight when you're doing hard mode. I'm with that.
Oh yeah, Mario time.
Yeah, that was kind of neat. That's the first thing that's caught my eye on World 1 so far. You don't want the answer to that, Yura? Because I don't want you to kill me. Please don't kill me, Yura. Don't do it. Put the knife down, Yura. Put the knife down. Oh God. Yeah, no, honestly, the very nature of how they use star coins is essentially a mutator. It's funny. You know, here's this stage, but if you do this optional hard thing, you get a coin. And I usually like that kind of optional difficulty in the Mario series. So I'm with that. So getting the star coins? Sure, let's do it. That was strange. Getting 1,000,000 regular coins? Nah, I got stuff to do. Although, now I'm kind of curious. I'm sorry, do you mind giving me 1 second? Where is my 3DS? I'm actually kind of curious now. How many coins I have on my save. Before you ask, no, I don't have the DLC on those. Can't buy it. Would if I could. I have 22,975 coins, and that's it. Wow. That's not great. That's nowhere. Yeah, moving on. Alright, now to keep streaming from my 3DS. Yeah, get 1,000,000. I'm done. I'm done. Don't want to harp on it too much. I also noticed I'm actually pretty close to 100%ing on my 3DS. I might actually just do it there instead of here, you know? Since I'm already committed to doing it off camera. God dang it. Hi. You got this, Brigwin. You got this. Okay, rather than just give you vague encouragement, remember that we all have to learn at some point, right? Nobody just walks into a raid and it's like, oh, I'm awesome instantly. It doesn't work that way. So don't feel too bad about any issues or mistakes you're making. Wait, how do we disagree on that, Blue Folks? I thought we were on the same thought on that. What's up, Roy? Whoa! Or don't. That's cool. No! 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 My leaf! My leaf! I haven't done Pandemonium at all. Because I'll be doing that probably in January or February. Depending on how that lines up. Bye, Roy. Alright, real quick. What's your favorite Koopaling? And if applicable, why? You can just say because they look cool. That's cool. Iggy? Listen, me and the Koopalings were tight, Disco. Well, this is Iggy right here, Dark Type. The one we just beat was Roy. Oh, there's Coin Rush. Hey, we have 800 coins. Yeah. Hey, look, it's that exact same song. Ah! All right, hang on. We gotta rewind. Yep, just 900,000 to go. God, could you imagine? This is your job now. I mean, I guess there's worse jobs, right? It feels like level design from someone learning how to do level design. I wouldn't call it bad by any measure. And I'm probably, biased because we've been through Mario 3D World, Yoshi's Island, and New Wii, all of which just kind of nailed it on the level design axis. So, oh god, is that a thing, Melkor? Wait, they do negative X scaling in Trails? I didn't even remember that, Blue Alex. Holy crap. Like, I like positive scaling, like in the Suikoden's, for example. They always give X, but if you're low, they give plus X. Or X plus, rather, right? That's cool. I like that. But switching into the negative? That sucks. What the hell? Like, that's just punishing the player for, like, nothing. For doing nothing wrong. It's also removing a tool from the player, not allowing them to overlevel, which is something that I do think RPGs should allow. I'm not a big fan of grinding, but you should always have that option, right? You should always be like, screw this boss. And you just run in a circle for a while until you stomp the boss in the face. That should always be an option. Whatever. Okay, so, Jesus Christ, Reverie is, oh my god. Yeah, that sounds like that's going to be negative per game when we get there. sorry, give me 1 second, Yara. I'm jotting down some thoughts here. By everything I've heard, the Trails in the Sky series is pretty legit. I mean, the whole Trails series is pretty legit. I've only played Sky 1 and Cold Steel 1, I think? One of the Cold Steels I've played. And I played Sky 1 on camera. I remember that one. I apologize for how long this is taking. The writing in Sky 1 was honestly legit. I have very few complaints there. Apparently, I also did Steel 2, which would have been for a room, which is why I don't remember it. For those of you not familiar with that, whenever I used to do games for Ruminations, I used to absolutely cram. And as usually happens when you cram, you tend to not retain anything. So I have, like, bits and pieces of memories. Like, I can remember, like, a specific stage in one of the Cold Steel games where, like, there's a fortress and we have to infiltrate it and there's someone who's dressed really weird. But by contrast, Sky 1, which I streamed, I remember that very well. Sorry, I apologize it's taking me so damn long. Here we go. Okay. Alright, so how do we access 2? Doesn't even say it, does it? That's pretty impressive, Blue Felix. If it's true! Which it probably is. So it looks like 1.5 is what we want. Nope. Where the hell am I going? How do I get to this stupid... How do I get to that stupid pipe up there? How do I reach you? Aha! Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's actually this stage. Okay.
It's a go time.
Damn, Blue Alex. I know we don't use quite the same metrics, but that's damned impressive, just on like a percentage level, you know. Sky 2 is the, oh god. SC, I think is what it's called, right? Is that that one? Second chapter, I want to say. Okay, so, after the checkpoint, there's a door. Okay, go in the door. If you haven't been flossing for, like, a really long time, yeah, that's pretty normal. Like, what's probably happening is your gums are effectively sore because they're not used to the extra pressure and extra tension. And loosening your gums is kind of what you're doing right now. What am I trying to do here? Okay, cool. By the way, this is just one of those little life tips. I know I'm just some random YouTuber you shouldn't listen to, but for the love of God, floss. Just seriously, floss. If I could impress one thing upon everyone in the world, it's please understand that flossing is a good thing. There's a reason I have a bag of floss picks right here.
This way.
Yeah, no, the biggest complaint I hear about people who have issues with flossing, myself included, by the way, is that flossing is just so irritating to do. The floss picks save so much of the irritation there. Do not floss until you bleed. There is such a thing as over-flossing. Just like there's such a thing as over-brushing. Toothbrush abrasion, I think is what it's called. Don't do that. And we're dead.
Oh.
So what's my favorite of the Koopalings, or all minions, or all minion types? Like, help me out here, Disco. There's several directions this question could take. I really would ask your hygienicist about that, but if you have never flossed, then yeah, part of the problem is probably the fact that you've never flossed before. So all minion types. Oh yeah, I'm all about that peach. Have you seen those hips? No, that's a tough one, actually. I will admit the bombs have always had a soft spot in my heart, but I think that's partially because I designed them first when I was designing the Mario 4X. Like, literally the first faction I ever did work on were the bombs.
Oh no. Oh.
I sure hope so, Darte.
Let's go.
Not really Hold Bolt, no. Not unless they're really, really long games. And even then, honestly, all that really matters is the density and quality of the game. As I am fond of saying, I don't really get bored of a game that I don't really get bored of. I only get bored of games that I get bored of, that I feel outstay their welcome. Jesus Christ. Like, well, like doing several CRPGs back-to-back. And even then, like, I didn't actually get tired of Dragon Age Origins until we hit Awakening. And I didn't get tired of Dragon Age 2 until we hit Act 3. And I didn't get tired of Dragon Age Inquisition until... Well, that was a little bit variable because I did all the bad stuff first. But once I got past the bad stuff, I didn't get tired of the game again. So make of that what you will. Sure, Pika. Gosh, I think Pika's crazy. I absolutely got tired of Baldur's Gate 3, yes. No question. It's a great game that really overstays its welcome.
Let's go.
I can even tell you the exact moment I got tired of it. It was right after we finished the circus stuff in Act 3. And I was just really, really ready to be done with that game. And I had days left at that point. Yeah, I didn't get bored of Halo, for example. When we get to the Doom block, I doubt I'll get bored of that. I didn't get bored of StarCraft. While we're on the subject. I'm not bored of this. We have already covered DOS 2. I never got bored of that game. That game's awesome. Although DOS 2 kind of nails it on the gameplay axis better, so that's probably at least part of that. I mean, if I get bored now, then I've probably done something wrong, Pika. We are literally 3 games, counting this one, from the end. And I'm not 100%ing. Oh yeah, when it comes to the Metroid block, not going to be worried about that one either.
Mario time.
Oh man, you are not going to review StarCraft 2 as well as I do, I don't think, Blue Felix. Honestly, looking back, I think I actually held back a little bit too much on StarCraft 2. I think that score could have been even higher.
Let's go.
I should mention we're not playing Odyssey for this block. For those of you who haven't heard that news yet. Well, that's a long story, Darte, but let me get back to that. Oh, DOS 2 is mean, but, like, in a good way. Too long? No. No. On story, actually, believe it or not, Blade Chaval. Because, please don't crush me. Thank you for not crushing me. Because I feel like I kind of underestimated the value of visual storytelling, doodads, and brickwork that was being done in StarCraft 2. Like, especially in the Nova missions, some of those stages are a little crazy on how much detail it was put into just the visuals and the stylings and the background stuff. I mean, it is Blizzard. They are the kings of brickwork and doodads, so that isn't really surprising. But, man. Oh, I was hoping for the gold flower. Oh yeah, I should mention Prime Hunters and Federation Force are not a part of the Metroid block, and I don't feel the need to explain why. Pika immediately asks, why? So, Mario Odyssey. So some of you are probably aware of the fact that there's a someday category of reviews. Games that are already funded that we will stream someday. And there's a very personal requirement that we have not yet reached yet. That I have not yet reached. I shouldn't share any of that blame there. And if and when I ever reach that point in time, I'm looking forward to streaming all of those games. It's going to be kind of a reward for actually getting to that point, right? That includes Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, Undertale, Ride to Hell Retribution, and Mario Odyssey. And so Mario Odyssey has been shuffled down into the someday category. That's why.
Oh yeah, Mario time.
Right. I forgot to add Breath of Fire to the queue. Breath of Fire will be happening right after the Untitled Goose Game. I can fix that right now. Sorry, I spent like 40 minutes updating the two spreadsheets, and then the other spreadsheet that's online, and then the other spreadsheet that's online, and then the website, so that slipped through the cracks. I have not, Dark Day. It is on the list, and I was able to get it streamable. It's okay, I'll just do more work. But no, for real, let's put this right here. So it's going to be Breath of Fire 1, Breath of Fire 2 with cheats. I'm actually going to put that in the title. And then Breath of Fire 3. There you go, boom. I've played a lot of Star Trek games, but would you believe I've never properly played Armada? Not on purpose, it just never came across my radar when it was new. For whatever reason. I'm sorry, Pika. If it makes you feel any better, so was I. Elite Force? I actually have played. In fact, I've done a video on Elite Force. Elite Force 1, I believe. Sorry, I just realized there's actually something else I forgot to update, too. So I'm doing that really quick. Which one, Blow Up Alex? I'm gonna laugh if it's one of the ones I like. I will admit many, many times that I'm not a big fan of most of the Star Trek games out there. But my memory tends to get soiled by things like DS9 on the SNES. Yeah, no, okay. Or TNG on the SNES. Now hang on, before you kill me, please Okay, you know, get your stab in, Bluff Alex. Get the stab in, but let me explain myself first. After I finish typing all this up. Okay. So I'm gonna restart the QA bot here. So yeah, so I played the TOS game, the one of them, on the thing. Could someone do me a upcoming or a next command? See if it's updated properly. So I played there it is. Yep, there's the upcoming. I played the TOS game, which I can't remember the proper name of. It's the one where like there's waves of time and you gotta like it's this weird top-down, not quite action thing, and it kinda sucks. I know, that's very descriptive. Anyway, so I played that, and I was a little soiled on the idea, so I actually walked away from doing the Trek games in general. So I was like, okay. Years later, like well after all that stuff came out, I was like, you know what? I should give the other Trek games a go on the NES and on the SNES, because I never did. So I sat down and I tried to play the TNG SNES game, and I stress the way I'm stating that because I never figured out how to. And I know, I'm an idiot. And for once I can actually accept that I actually am an idiot, because I legitimately could never figure out what to do in the TNG game. So I flew around a bunch, fought a bunch of Romulans, and could never figure out how to actually progress the game. So I never did. So I gave up on that and said, okay, screw it, I'm going to go ahead and try this DS9 game, right? And then I couldn't figure out what to do. And the problem here is the DS9 game, which actually starts you on the station, was like much easier to control and much better and you know, a little bit more clear and distinct and not the stupid bridge nonsense that was going on in the TNG game. But I was already kind of not in a great mood because of having literally just tried the TNG game. And so when I couldn't figure out what to do in like 20 minutes, I was just like, all right, I'm going to move on. And I just gave up on it. And I have honestly never been back. So, massive grain of salt on the DS9 SNES game. Me too, Pika. Me too. I have reviewed SMRPG. It's even after the Oblivion line. Oh god, Lord of the Rings on the SNES. There was a Hobbit game on the NES, I want to say. It was the NES or SNES, I'm not actually sure. And I remember, like, wanting to get into it more than I did and, like, enjoying it, but just being like, where the hell am I going? What am I doing? The whole time. I remember it especially because it was in Nintendo Power, and that's what actually brought it to my attention. Shoutouts to my Nintendo Power homies, all like 0 of you. There's several problems with licensed games and why they usually suck, but it just kind of boils down to, like, reality, right? There's extra cost involved, there's extra oversight involved, and there's extra layers of expectation and usually deadlines. So between the added cost and between the added restrictions and the fact that they usually have less time, oh, and they're almost always being done just to quickly cash in on the game rather than to make a game based on a beloved property, that's why most licensed games tend to suck. Now, notice I say most, because there are, as Blue Fox points out, there are quite a few awesome licensed games. But the harsh reality is that percentage-wise, those are the minority. There are so many just crap licensed games, and that is what it is. Like, I swear to God, half the DS's library is filled with garbage, which at the time they called shovelware. Our definition has varied at this point, but yeah, the Wii did that too. Yeah, E.T. Remember, licensed game sucking is not a new problem. So, between all those things, yeah, I nowadays I try to take the perspective of just being grateful that we get the good ones, you know what I mean? Because there are still good ones. None for Star Trek, though, obviously. That's got me thinking, though, what's my favorite Star Trek game? Let me think about that for a minute. Like, there's several Star Trek games I like, but favorite, that's trickier. Mass Effect 2. No, that's my favorite Babylon 5 game. I mean, Capcom was just kicking it in the NES and the SNES era when it comes to the Disney games. Here's my little mark of shame. I unironically like Little Mermaid on the NES. I wasn't expecting to. I went to the rental place, and I remember this distinctly because I even remember where I was living at the time. And I went to this rental place, and I saw Little Mermaid, and I was like, yeah, right. Keep in mind, I liked the movie. You know, I'm not ashamed of that. It's just, there's no way that's going to be good. But then I noticed Capcom made it, and I'm like, sure, we'll go ahead and try it. And yeah, that game's actually pretty good. Like, it's not amazing or anything like that, but it is surprisingly good. Obviously, you know, there's the DuckTales, and there's Darkwing Duck, and God, I don't remember what else. There's a lot. There's Capcom kind of kicked it for a while there. I will admit I missed out on a lot of the PS1 and the PS2 licensed stuff, almost entirely because of the point in my life that was at. Ooh, there, game. Careful now. Is that the one where, like, Apocalypse was kind of the last boss, but, like, he looked weird? Or maybe I was the only one who thought he looked weird. It was like a beat-em-up, I want to say. But yeah, for like every KOTOR, we have 5 Yoda stories, or whatever the hell that stupid game was called. Or Phantom Menace on the PS1. And that's why I say, you know, percentage-wise. It's actually funny, because I myself tend to forget about most of those games, because, you know, you don't really remember the trash, right? You remember the really bad, remember the really good, and then all the noise in the middle just kind of fades away a little bit. Hi, Sean.
Mario #1! Woohoo!
I remember Star Trek 25th Anniversary and Star Trek Judgment Rights better than I probably should. Wait, is that it? Oh, I guess it is. I didn't realize we'd finished the world. This is a weird game so far. Like, it's inoffensive, but it's just weird, you know? Whatever. Oh, dude. If you have not seen the GDQ run of Phantom Menace on the PS1, I highly recommend it. More hover cars. More hover cars are coming. Mind me, I'm just pretending I'm a CEO here. This is what CEOs do for fun. They convert their money into gold coins, and then they run around going ting ling 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 ling. Honestly, that'd probably be better than what most actual CEOs do with their money, so I shouldn't joke about that. What's a game that's great to beat but terrible to 100%? I can actually think of several. Mario 3D Land comes to mind immediately because we just played through that. And honestly, Final Fantasy X, if we want to go in a different direction with that. Ocarina of Time would probably qualify. Like, honestly, a decent number of games are kind of worsened by doing all the content. Oh yeah, FF14, while we're on the subject. Oh man, Sean, that would actually be awesome. You kidding me? Like, Scrooge McDuck is a miser, but at least he knows what he's frickin' doing with his money. And he's a hard-working person who, you know, gives a damn. Instead of being a frickin' sociopath. But I'm getting off topic. So. Oh yeah, you know what? Donkey Kong 64. That's a good example. That's a game to 100%. Jedi Power Babbles. I have not played that, no. But you know what? Yeah, Breath of the Wild. A wonderful game. Absolutely ruined by getting 800 Korok seeds. Okay. Yeah, FF12 would also qualify. Frankly, FF6. You ever tried to get all the rages? Because I've done that twice. Or 3 times. Were the Jedi Knight games good? If I say no, people will stab me to death. So, no, they're the best games ever. No, I'm being facetious. The Jedi Knight games are fine. They're unique. Games that aren't annoying to 100%. Most Mario games, I would say. You know what? Yeah. Metroid. That's actually a good example. I can't even believe I wasn't thinking about that. Metroid games are usually fun about them. What's unique about them? So I want you to imagine you have a melee attack in a video game, okay? Cool. Put it in your head. Put it in your head. Okay. Now picture the fact that anytime you melee something, you just go right through it because you're wielding a freaking lightsaber. Any questions? I couldn't tell you any of them off the top of my head, Melkorn. I have retained none of the stages I've done so far. Yes, absolutely. I would say StarCraft 2 is definitely a game that's fun to 100%. I should probably mention I'm not super familiar with Jedi Knight. I'm actually a little bit more familiar with Dark Trooper, which I believe is the predecessor there too. I've never 100%ed Hunters, and I never will. I look forward to reviewing Other M. I'm really curious how it's going to line up. Especially since there's some interesting story there to talk about. Not the game story, like the behind-the-scenes story.
Yeah, Mario #1.
Yeah, I remember really not liking the first-person mode in Other M. Oh, God, I just realized. That's another Wii game we're going to have to stream.
It's a go time.
Sorry, just after all the issues we've had streaming 2 Wii games this week. That's just... oh, man. I don't think Other M will be as bad. I don't think. Because by memory, it's just the aiming mechanics, which should be fine. Woo! Yeah, no, Other M is fully funded, on the list, ready to go. We're going to start the Metroid block with it. By popular consensus. I don't think Other M is going to score as badly as we all meme on, to be very honest. And I include myself in that. But I will also admit, I have not played Other M since it came out. So, we'll see.
Oh no!
That's pretty much what we always do, as to me. Sure, my by-memory opinion of Other M. Ah! Okay, we're good. For real, what I remember more about Other M is the behind-the-scenes than the game itself. No, I actually imagine Metroid 1 will score worse than Other M. Because it's Metroid 1. I'm not sure about Hunters, since that's not part of the Metroid block. And I'm definitely not sure about Federation Force, because that's actually forbidden.
Oh no!
Same thing. You're probably thinking, why is Federation Force forbidden? Well, for those of you not aware, Federation Force has a gameplay mechanism to try and allow you to play through the game if you don't have, 4 real-life players. It's not a very good mechanism, and doesn't work right. So you actually can't solo the game.
Oh no!
So
Oh, it's a go time.
So it's forbidden. Because I can't beat the game. What's really funny is I own Federation Force. One of the very, very few games I own that I have no plans of ever beating. That's a small list. Yes, we're absolutely going to play Metroid Pinball. It is a mandatory part of the Metroid experience, I would say. I'm sorry, in which game, Blue Fusion Bolt? Federation Force isn't as bad as most people say it is, but it's also not particularly good. DOS 2? There's classes in DOS 2? Question mark? Reznor. That's a good question. Chat, could you explain why we're never playing Metroid Prime Hunters? Yeah.
It's a go time.
You know, I think you're right on that, Blue Alex. Granted, I stand by my statement. It is forbidden because I can't beat it, but... Ignore that giant boo. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, Hunters is physically painful to play. That's the simplest way to explain that. And I think you know my opinion and policy on that, especially since I literally have something up on the website that says nothing that's physically painful to play. By the way, check this out. He's only shy for a little bit. And then he starts inching forward. It's really cute. Listen, I know you want to cause me physical pain, because you're all of my ex-girlfriends, but... Okay, that's true. Nobody's that bad. That's just unkind to me. I apologize. Like, I'm sorry, Blue Fusion Bolt. If you tell me that DOS 2 has classes, that's news to me. I should mention I've beaten that game 3 times. And no, hang on. Once, twice, yeah, 3 times. And I'm planning on a 4th playthrough. So I'm curious where you're getting that from, if you don't mind sharing. But either way, what I usually look at the game as is there's your skills and your abilities, and you just kind of pick and choose whatever you want, right? What I remember most about Hunters, other than, you know, the aiming problem, is the story, which is just... What? Now I'm curious. Hang on. No, I don't remember any of this, Yura. Let's see here. Oh, let me guess. This is the Oblivion thing, right? Where there's classes, which is just preset skills. Yeah, that's probably what's going on here. Okay, I'm found. Yep, cool. We're cool. It's all understood. Okay. Yeah, I've never actually used a pre-made class in that game. I have always just done my own thing. Sorry. I will say there's several builds that I'm rather fond of. The aerial archer, which is exactly what it sounds like. You just get way up here, thunk, and try to get as much height as possible. And abuse the crap out of that. Obviously, you want your weather person. You want to be able to make water. You want to be able to have telekinesis. You want to be able to have teleport, I want to say. I think is the other one. For mobility to get around. There's also several teleport abilities. There's like the jump, which is really helpful. I got that on several classes. Or several characters, excuse me. And then there's just a straight up teleport. I think there's another one. I don't remember what I did with my melees, to be completely honest with you. But my mages usually leaned heavily on affecting the terrain kind of a thing. Oh yeah, always have speak with animals. That's actually important. I will never replay Pillars of Eternity, and I have plans to replay DOS 2, Dark Day. Does that answer you?
Let's go.
Now, if you want, I could just spit venom. It'd be massively negative about the games that you love. I'll take DOS 2 over Baldur's Gate 3 10 times out of 10. No question. It's funny, because I'm pretty sure it reviewed higher, too, although I'm not 100% on that. Don't quote me. I should mention that I like Pillars of Eternity 2, just, well enough. I would be willing to replay that someday, but I will never touch PoE 1 again. Cute game. PoE 1's combat is what I would consider boring. Its controls are a little bit hampered. Its interface is not great. Its encounter design is awful. Its trash design is terrible.
Mario number 1.
It's way too padded, and I don't like its quest design either. And if you're paying attention, everything I just said is on the gameplay axis. PoE 1 is a game I would have enjoyed much more if I was just cheating the entire time. PoE 2 solves basically everything I just mentioned. Story's alright. It's good stuff. The main villain's interesting. Most of the party members are, legit. Use more voice acting, but, that's a common complaint in a CRPG. Pretty much, Melkor. Yeah, Pillars of Eternity 1 is kind of a textbook storybook game for me. Whereas PoE 2 I actually enjoyed playing. Now, I should mention, PoE 2 does have the ship mechanics stuff, which you can't really skip. So that's probably going to affect your own opinion on the gameplay side of that.
Yeah, Mario number 1.
PoE 1 was an attempt to return to CRPGs era. That's why it made such a splash. And you'll notice a lot of CRPGs have come out since then.
It's a good time.
I mean, there's a lot of dialogue there, it has to mean, so, yeah. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't mind if you don't do voice acting in your CRPG. I mind if you do inconsistent voice acting in your CRPG. That tends to irritate me more. I expect you to use more of those new electric lines, Ran 36. Exactly, Yura. I get it, but I would legitimately rather there just be no voice acting than... You know, this scene's voice acted, but this one isn't. This character gets voice acting here, but this one doesn't, and so forth and so on. Just, I don't know, it drives me bonkers. That's true when I'm streaming or when I'm not, too. Just, that's a general complaint. It did not, Melkor. This might actually be our second level positive. God, that sounds so pathetic to say it that way, but whatever. I do love me some ships. And I love even more? Chain chomps. I'm very curious what they're going to do with Avowed. And I am looking forward to Outer Worlds 2.
Mario number 1! Woohoo!
So yeah, 2 Castle. Absolutely, Yura. Although, considering they just announced 3 expansions, not any time in the next decade. I mean, sure, Blade Travell, let me update the document here. Hang on. Enjoy the music. It's the same music as the last time. Like I said, I'm curious about Avowed, but I'm looking forward to Outer Worlds 2. Not to sound negative about it, it's just, Avowed is kind of an experiment for them, so we'll see. No, you're fine, Bladeville. It's just, I already kind of decided several things based on what we decided earlier. So I'm just going to copy-paste a lot of the positives from Wii and DS. So let's see here. That's a good question, Blade Jamal. We'll see, because we do have the optional super hard stuff to do for Priest's request, which I've never done before, so that'll be completely new to me. Agreed, Malcor. So far, Wii is crushing it despite the control issues I have, which I stand behind. Correct, Dark Day. I think U is going to score the highest, too. But then again, so I'll tell you the story later, but since it came up right now. I played DS when it came out, and honestly was very underwhelmed by it. Don't hate me. But even though it had been 11 years since the last 2D Mario, I was looking at this like, why am I playing this instead of Yoshi's Island? Because that's just kind of how my brain works, right? So I'm like, screw this nonsense. Walked away from it. I didn't beat it for quite a while. That's why we didn't have 100% run of that. And then the Wii one came out, and I played that with a friend of mine, and we 100%ed it. But other than the fact that it was the co-op, I didn't really find it particularly memorable. So that was kind of the end of that, honestly. So the Wii U version came out on the Wii U, and I was just like, why bother? It's just another freaking one. And I don't remember the exact thing that pushed me into it. But someone somewhere, I think it might have been PAX, it was like, hey, you should check this out. And I was like, okay, sure. Why not? Let's go ahead and try it out. And U is awesome. By memory. I don't want to oversell it, but when I did my 100% playthrough of that, which is me and Gary again, we had a ball doing that. See you around, Blade Tavon. Enjoy the tabletops. It's everything. I think it's everything. There. So there you go. We're actually up to 19 gameplay positives, 2 gameplay negatives, and 2 story positives. There you go. Back into it. We're up to a whopping 2 level positives. Come on. It's just, give me something. You're literally a level pack. Give me something to chew on. Did I say hi to Zar? Hi, Zar. There have been a few cool levels. Literally 2. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just kind of like, these are decent. I used to, and then I just kind of... I got enough complaints about it that I stopped, is the summary there. So now I just do the numbers. And every now and again I get a complaint about doing the numbers, so I just can't win. Chocolate coins.
Oh yeah.
Should do both. Just have there be nothing but cram on the screen.
Let's go.
Why is New Vegas mostly praised? You know, I don't know. If I were to guess, I'd say there's at least a little bit of the underdog story going for it. The fact that Obsidian, with their terrible, terrible managers and plucky underdog developers, managing to put out a game that most people consider to be superior to Fallout 3, which is being done by the big, scary studio, you know, underdog story, right? Plus, Obsidian have been the Golden Boys for a very long time. So, there's a lot of Obsidian can do no wrong when it comes to the games they put out. Don't take that as a dig, by the way. It's just, it's true. There's almost always a Golden Boy company or Golden Boy companies. And they tend to just get elevated higher than they honestly probably should be. Blizzard has had that for a while. BioWare had that for a while. Bethesda had that for a while. Probably another B company somewhere. Thought about it. Oh yeah, CD Projekt Red. They were a Golden Boy. Squaresoft, good example. Honestly, Capcom for a while there too. FromSoft, yeah, FromSoft. Either way, don't mistake me. New Vegas is a good game, and I look forward to reviewing it. But I think that's part of why everyone praises it so much. Isn't Veronica a trans woman in that game? Or am I No, she is a lesbian woman. My bad. Never mind. I very much look forward to doing Fallout 3 and New Vegas right next to each other, because I think that's going to be a good way to shine a light on what both games do, right and wrong. Yeah, you get a few seconds of it. It's kind of a neat mechanic. I can see that as to mean. Now, I will admit, yeah, no, New Vegas is definitely going to get some crash and bug negatives. There's no avoiding that. I think it's also going to get some guidance and flow negatives. Maybe just one. But it's definitely going to get at least the one, because I am not the only person who was like, alright, I'm going to go this way. And then immediately die to those freaking flies. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, Mario time.
Yep, the Cazadors. Just northeast of the start of town. You go a little bit further, you find the Death Claws. Yeah, no, you're supposed to do this in New Vegas. I did this. I actually put the game down for a while because of that.
It's a go time.
Yeah, no, New Vegas, if there is such a thing, I actually legitimately don't know if anybody knows, sorry, that level does get a positive. If, something... if the... Words. If there... Does anybody know if there is an actual stabilization patch for New Vegas? Like, surely it has the fan support to have a fan patch that makes the game not horrifically crash-heavy, right? Even when we streamed New Vegas, which was several years ago on an older machine using an older OS, we had issues with New Vegas. And if the answer is no, we're just gonna have to live with that. But what we might end up doing is just installing that patch, or those patches, or however we deal with that. And then just giving the game the straight-up triple negative for crashing. Not bugs, just crashing. Because, as you know, crashing is, in my opinion, is a worse and more severe consequence of just regular old bugs. An enemy appearing in the ground is kind of whatever. The game shutting down and kicking you to desktop, that's not great. I have not yet Asdamine, although that is something I legitimately want to do someday. In fact, I've even got my test case movies set up already. I'm going to do the Star Trek movies and the Star Wars movies, since I'm very familiar with them, and therefore will be able to draw upon a lot of information and knowledge of cinematography and the like to judge them. But I haven't done it yet. Haven't had time. Top 3 non-MMOs that I would play for the rest of my life. If I only get the 3. Question for the crowd, too. Story access for food? Would probably be the food itself, actually. The gameplay access would be the presentation. And maybe texture might be under gameplay. NVAC, that sounds right. That sounds familiar anyways. I'll have to do some research when we get to the BRPG block, because, yeah. As much as it's funny to have the game crash all the time, we've streamed games like that. That's not actually fun. Top 3 games that are not MMOs that I can just replay forever. As long as it's not an MMO, Simple Gamer, you can choose whatever. God, that's actually tough. I'm going to go ahead and say Stellaris for one of them. Can I say the Mega Man Classic Collection? Mega Man 1 through 6? I know that's kind of cheating. So if you want to axe that, that's okay. Looks like it was 3-3. Sure, we'll count a randomizer. Why not? I mean, we've already cheated several times here. Yeah, Mega Man Classic. Mega Man 1 through 6, plus all the features of that, plus all the challenge mode stuff of that. That's replayable as hell. I've actually done a lot of those challenges twice, because I have the PC version and the Switch version. Yeah, if I'm only... See, the problem is there's a lot of replayable... Whoa! Replayable games and very replayable games. But you're limiting me to 3, so I want a little bit of variety to it. I don't want to just pick, you know, Mario Odyssey, Metroid, Super Metroid, and, I don't know what else. Something else. Whoa! Okay. So I can't just pick 3 platformers, right? I think I will commit to Stellaris as one of the slots. That'll be my my strategy slot. I will go ahead and commit to... I think I'll actually go with Chrono Trigger as my RPG slot. I actually have streamed Legend of Dragoon, and I believe that's post-Oblivion line. Pretty sure it is. CT has New Game Plus. And end statement, really. You give FF6 a New Game Plus, that game goes up a lot in my book, I'm just saying. Yeah, CT is an eminently replayable game. Yeah, I think I'll commit to that. Chrono Trigger, Stellaris, and the Mega Man Classic Collection 1. That is what I meant, Bluff Alex. I mean, even CT's New Game Plus isn't perfect, but just taking that and copy-pasting over, frickin' sold, you know what I mean? Ah, thank you. Command & Conquer 2. Always, always appreciate. Give me a moment. Let me jot that down. So that's Yakuza 7, Doom Block, and Shadows over Loathing. You got it. Always appreciate. Thank you. Oof. That was 3-3, right? Yep, okay.
It's a go time.
Come on, 3 Ghost. Ghost houses are usually cool. Let's do it. Okay. Sure. This is safe. Ah! It does, Estamine, yes. In fact, it applies to everything except for adding something new to the list. It's the only exception now. If you want to add something new to the list, you can only add one thing. What do you think? Up top or bottom? Top or bottom? Damn it. Insert Darth Vader meme here. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Ah! I should have known that was coming, but I didn't. Doom 4, one of the Final Fantasies, and StarCraft 1, I assume? Interesting pick.
Yeah.
Now that's kind of an interesting twist on the question. If you could pick one of each genre, excuse me, of each subgenre, within reason, what would you pick? So like FPS. I get one FPS. I'm gonna go with Prime 1 on that one, I think, actually. That's kind of an easy one. If that doesn't count, which is valid. That's actually tough if that doesn't count. So my next thought was Portal 2, but that also might not count. Let me think about that. I think I'll go with Modern Warfare 2. I think that's what I'll go with. So Modern Warfare 2 is definitively an FPS and is a great game I love replaying. I've replayed many, many, many times. That's an interesting question. So Yura asks, do you have a specific date when you started playing retro games? So, I was born before Super Mario Brothers came out.
Yeah. Mario time.
So, I'm not sure that qualifies. Like, I think I kind of bypassed the question by virtue of having played those games when they were new. Yeah, I was born into retro gaming.
Let's go.
Now, to answer what I believe is the spirit of the question, I've never cared about whether a game is old or new. That's never been a factor for me. And that is true in my review system, too. I just think of it as, is this game good or bad? That's all that really matters to me. I merely adopted retro gaming. You were molded by it, Yura. Whoa, shoot. That was actually close. That guy should have killed. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we're okay, we're okay. Yeah, no, I wasn't born when the Wii U came out. Which I don't remember what year that is, even. When did the Wii U come out? Yeah, my first Mario game was Super Mario Brothers. It's true for a lot of my firsts.
Oh no!
So Asdamine, could you do me a huge favor? Could you hit refresh on the page, and there might be a button that pops up that's like, hey!
Let's go!
No, yeah, it's weird to think about, Zephyrin. It's very strange to think about sometimes. Like, the number of major franchises I played, my first game for them was not the first game that they ever had, is a pretty small list. Like, Mega Man 2 was my first Mega Man. And I don't have another one off the top of my head. So, what's the situation with Reverie? Is it a single game or is it a block? Love Alex. Okay, single game. There it is, Asdamine. Thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for. So, first of all, thank you, Blue Alex. I will do some research and figure out getting Reverie onto the list. I assume after Cold Steel is where we should do that. And then Asdamine, thank you very, very much for the sub. I will jot that down for FF16, Stranger of Paradise, and Mario and Luigi block. Done. Okay, so Reverie is after Cold Steel. Cool, got it. Making sure. I've fallen off on that series a little bit. I know about the super spoiler thing in Cold Steel 4, and that's about it at this point. Yep, it was in fact his sled. Well, I think a lot of people run into that issue, usually depending on when they were born. I know several people who were born into the PS1 era who couldn't play NES games until they got older. My own niece has trouble with older games as well. Although only occasionally, which I'm very proud of her for.
It's a go time!
Oh yeah, Godzilla Zero's next week, isn't it? Or -1, or whatever they're calling it. That's gonna be a trip. Thank you, Dogfish. Whoop. You're more than welcome to hang out, although I don't expect you to. I know that time is a thing these days. I do try to put out those summaries on a regular basis, but I don't always keep up with them. Because the one I just put out was for Mario Brothers 1, and I'm obviously a little bit past that at this point. I also have the VODs. There's the highlight reels, which go live very infrequently, because that requires editing. And of course, everything is on the website, as is its norm. But if you want to hang out and tell me how much I suck, you're more than welcome to. Fish can sneeze? Why? How? There it is. That's it. Knew that was coming. A little slower than I thought it was going to be. Who's this? Is this Wendy? Wendy, we need to have a chat about your spike fixation. Bob's just leading you astray, man. It's just... Alright. Hey, Tara. How's your day treating you? That's true. You're here, so my day has automatically gotten better, Tara. Yeah, Wendy's is a 90s kid. It's funny, because in most of the games where she has characterization, she's the brat. Okay, wasn't expecting that. I like the idea that Mario's like, how do you breathe underwater? And she's like, how do you? And then they just kind of let the topic go. Good afternoon, Eva. How are you feeling? Damn, just a little too slow there. Yep, editing is a colossal time sink, Tara. Can confirm. I'm assuming that's a game, Rain 36?
Oh no!
Oh, come on. I look... I took my hand off the controller to pop the stylus, you know, to get the power up. Ah, well. Whatever. Damn it, Evo. I will destroy Canada if it will get you health. The whole of Canada, just the whole thing. Just... You know, I just noticed. It's not exactly the same soundtrack. They added the ha's to several of the songs. It depends on the video combo, so. I actually kind of don't edit my videos anymore, specifically to practice better time management, for like a better way to put that. Thank you, Family Guy. Family Guy 10, excuse me. Always appreciate those subs. If you want, you can put that towards up to 3 future streams, if you would like to. Family Guy 10. There we go. But otherwise, I appreciate your support. Thank you. Yeah, this game's all about coins. Poor Robin. Okay, so let's try not to screw up this time. Can I even... That sounds like a no. If you give me a moment to not be fighting a boss. No, I shouldn't have gone for it. I thought if I could time it right. Alright, stop being greedy, Lore. Stop being greedy. I want it all, you know? I am a miserly person. I do appreciate a Family Guy. Also glad you like the rooms. I know they're kind of done now, but there's still a few thousand of them out there. Seriously, I've done so many rooms over the last decade. Oh my god. And thank you, Dogfish. Always appreciate those subs. And again, if you want to put that towards up to 3 future streams, please let me know. Morton? Alright, let's look at this thumbnail from Tara. What has she been sending me? Oh my god, Tara. That's a bit risque, don't you think? No, I think that's good composition. You avoided the big trap, which is to put stuff in the upper right. Never do that, because YouTube will cover it. You're nice and big and obvious, and you've got Sultan's Ascend. If I was to critique it a little bit, just a little, this is just for future, I know you're not going to change it. Something you could have done is take the Sultan's Ascend and pull that out, and then, like, pull Age of Empires 4... I'm trying to think how to do this. Basically, try to make Age of Empires 4 smaller and Sultan's Ascend bigger. because that's the emphasis, right? Is specifically focusing on that. Maybe even just eject Age of Empires 4 entirely and just expand the Sultan's Ascent to take up that entire upper left corner, something like that. Otherwise, the last bit of advice I would give, don't have blue and pink font on like a strawberry red outline. You want to have contrasting outlines or something that really makes it pop. Straight black usually works. I notice you do have a black, which is why it works at all. In this case, you could have done something like maybe yellow might have worked for this, or like a really dark green, or I don't know, maybe a really no. I guess that's it. That's it. So there's my critiques. Otherwise, it looks good. Now I got to figure out how to get to world flower. Did I really? Alex? I'll take it. I haven't rewatched that one. I mean, I don't rewatch my rooms, obviously. Do you mind sharing why? Like, what did I do well then? Oh, there's two ways to get here. Okay. Excuse me. So, how do I get here? Requires Mini Mario. Okay, what about the other one? Hang on, we're gonna warp around here for a second.
It's a good time.
I am having fun. This is a generically good game. I can already tell you this is probably going to score around to 40 to 50-ish. I if I were to guess on the matter. Is there a gold boo? I don't actually remember. There is a gold boo. Give me your coins, gold boo. Well, I'll take it. Thank you, Blow Up Alex. Okay, so hang on. Very carefully, Evo. This is the most Mario I've ever seen a Mario game be. That's not really an insult. It's just when you compare a game that's good next to games that are absolutely bonkers, it feels unfair, you know what I mean? It's like, how's this game? It's good. How's this other game? It's one of the best games ever made. Huh. No, I always, the screenshots for my own thumbnails, I always pick from my own playthroughs. It's probably not always obvious, but in some cases you can tell because, like, characters are named after me or after viewers or whatever. And I also try to do the approach of always having a gameplay shot to indicate that there is actual gameplay in the stream. That's the whole point. By contrast, when I do the wrap-up videos, I just let YouTube decide its own thumbnail there, because it's just me chatting, right? How do games get added to the list? Well, any kind of contribution to the show can add a game to the list. So, like, for example, if you, random example, subscribe to me on Twitch and you say, I would like to add such and such, then I say, sure. The thing is, there are several barriers of requirement that a game has to go through to get added to the list, obviously. But most games, the overwhelming majority of games, can get past those barriers, so that's the requirement. Do I need to pull up a freaking map here? I think I do. Let's see here. So I need to be here. You know, that's true, Blue Wolf Alex. That's part of the mentality that goes into my review system, too. This is something really terrible, and then we move on. We acknowledge it, and then we move on. So it looks like I need to go up. Okay, so I need to go up in this room. Okay. Hang on. Okay. Okay. So we want to go here? These are literally the same tile sets, yes, Evo. So it's kind of getting pretty much the exact same review there because it's the same stuff. Not much to add. Binding of Isaac. So Binding of Isaac is actually one of the very, very small number of games that is vetoed. I do apologize, but Binding of Isaac is vetoed specifically because I just find the game a little bit too gross to endure. It's just not my thing. I know it's a pretty good game and a lot of people speak its praises. It's just not for me. You know, it probably says something, too, to kind of go back to the previous comment, that, that's what I thought. Even the most average of Mario games is still, like, way above average for most games in general. I can prove that, too. I track averages across franchises. Okay. Would a game get a negative for uncreative recycling of assets from the previous game? So, no. We actually talked about that earlier. But I would love to hear your thoughts on the matter. The general consensus we came up with... the general consensus we came up with... no, Super Meat Boy is not vetoed, although I don't think anybody wants to watch me play that. Is that if a game's reusage of assets is done badly or negatively impacts the game, that's a negative. I mean, even Sunshine is fun to a point. Hence, Sunshine Syndrome. If it's lazy, I don't know. That's kind of a made-up scenario, so I'm not sure. Of course. It's funny you say that, because I think this game looks worse than the Wii version in every way. But that's probably because it's actually using the assets from the DS version primarily. For, like, the background and stuff, I mean. I mean, Sunshine is such a textbook example of Sunshine Syndrome, that's why I decided to call it that. What do you mean, Blue Up, Alex? If you don't mind serenading. Whoop. Ooh, there. So what happened there was I jumped into a block I couldn't see off camera, which then pushed me and prevented my arc from happening, which then led to death. It's apparently the hardest level in the game because I am just dying all over the place on this nonsense. Oh, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Effect. You know what? Yeah, that's valid. Alright, we're gonna play cards to determine the truth of people's lives! And yet somehow it's Yu-Gi-Oh! I have some songs from Wii and some songs from You, specifically Melkor. Mostly the thematic stuff like the desert or Skyland or, you know, stuff like that. Also the Bowser stuff, that is to say the castle stuff, which is just kind of legit. Sure. I actually was into Magic the Gathering. Quite a bit, actually. I still have 3, I think, of my decks. No, 2. Excuse me, 2 of my decks around. I can even tell you exactly when I got into MTG. It was right around the Mirrodin block, when the Mirrodin block was still coming live. Yeah, so anybody who knows MTG, guess what my preferred combo color was? No points if you've already heard me answer this question. No, I think I would agree with that, Evo. Look, it's not my fault that I keep dying on a spot where I'm not... where stuff like that keeps happening, where I keep getting hit by stuff off camera. I should mention that when I was playing MTG, it was before Commanders existed. So, any guesses about Commanders will obviously not be accurate.
Oh no!
I hate this level. Like, a lot. So, God damn it! Why?
Oh, Mexico!
So I'm guessing that's the extent of the guesses. So you're all wrong, of course. But nobody can ever guess the type of decks I would use, because it's kind of cheating. I used artifact decks. I didn't use any specific color. I've never been into any given color. Alright. Make your case, Belkor. I'm listening. I'm gonna warn you, you have to get past the layers of cynicism here. Because I've been dying here a lot. In fact, I've died more on this stage than the entire rest of the game. Maybe Venters. I don't know what Eldrazi are, but... I do not, Evo, but thank you for asking. Well, we finally made it halfway through the stage. I'm also dead.
Oh.
But no, for those of you who haven't played MTG, Artifact is colorless, which of course appeals to me. Gotta play Grey Jedi, obviously. But the other thing I liked about Artifacts is they're usually very expensive and very good. That's pretty much the trade-off. They're harder to get out, and they're not designed around competitive play. But they usually really do some fun stuff. And we're just gonna die. That's cool. That's cool. Cool. Can you do cooperative play in MTG? Nope. So for those of you who've never heard me say this, the reason I don't play MTG is because I have no interest in competitive versus. I never have. Competitive multiplayer, excuse me. It's just not my thing. So... End statement, really? I do enjoy deck building. Unironically, it's fun. But I had more fun building my decks than I did actually playing the matches. Me and my friends used to come up with random rules to try and make the matches last longer. Just to try and make the game more fun. That didn't last very long, to be completely honest. Like, we tried a variant rule where everybody started with 40 health. And then we tried a variant rule where everyone started with 100 health. What's Yu-Gi-Oh! Do in the competitive scene?
Yeah, Mario number 1.
Oh, nice, Tara.
Let's go.
Now to die a bunch. Let me get a little further away from it, Melkor, so I can let the seething rage vanish from myself. Yeah, no, that's actually a very similar problem MTG has. In MTG, I forget the exact statistics, so forgive me. But in MTG, most matches last an average of, like, I want to say 5 rounds. Seriously, it's I don't remember the exact number, but it's really, really short. Like, imagine, alright, go, other person goes, go, turn, tap, attack, turn, tap, attack, turn, tap, attack, tap, game over. All right. Let's do this. I mean, again, I walked away from MTG 15 years ago. So, big old grain of salt here. Which JRPG series is in most need of changing and evolving? Well, not Final Fantasy, because that's all they do. To their own detriment. Does Commander have non-versus ventures? Because nothing's going to save the versus problem. Whoa, okay. Pokemon.
Oh.
I don't actually agree with that.
Metroid.
Each Pokemon game has actually been trying and stretching out in a lot of new ways in terms of what you can do and how you can do it. Scarlet and Violet are a really, really good example of that. No, I think Pokemon's problem is they need to have a little bit more polishing to their games and actually spend some development time instead of just being like, yeah, so we need to hit this particular deadline because of stupid reasons. That's fine. So that just sounds like a no, Venters.
Oh. Metroid.
Yeah, exactly, has to mean. Yeah, Pokemon needs development time and budget. It's not like the dev teams aren't talented. It's not like they don't have great ideas, and it's not like they're pushing the games. They're not pushing the games forward, because they are. Sword and Shield was mostly a standard game, but it was actually a pretty polished experience. And then Arceus was cool and inventive and interesting, and by all accounts, Violet is going to be awesome when we get there, minus the bugs. So, guys, could you support your developers, please? Could you give them more money to make less games slower, please?
Oh. Metroid.
Anyways. JRPG series that needs to change and evolve. I'm not really coming up with anything, to be totally honest with you. The Final Fantasies already do their own thing. Tales ofs are kind of in their own niche. The Xenoblades are kind of in their own niche. The Dragon Quests do best by not changing. The Pokemons we already talked about. What else are there? Like, I'm running out of series to think about.
Mario number 1.
The Manas, they've been dead for over a decade. The Yees? Not even sure about those. The Mario RPGs? I mean, yeah, those need to devolve. That's an accurate way to put that.
It's a go time.
And I'm not familiar with the Trails ofs. Dang it. Yeah, Chrono Trigger needs to evolve by having a second Chrono Trigger game. Lord knows people have been trying to do that for years. Okay, this is not what I was expecting out of this experience. Oh, there it was. I missed it. Hi. How are you? Oh yeah, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of games are like, hi, we want to be like Chrono Trigger, and it's like, okay. Oh, one came out this year. Actually, I think 2 came out this year. Fire Emblem? I've heard people like Engage on the gameplay axis, but not on the story one, so I don't know about that one. I haven't played Engage, so I can't speak to that.
Mario time.
I did really like what they did, gameplay-wise, with 3 houses. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Edo.
Let's go.
Walks away forever from the topic. No, I'll tell you tonight. I'll tell you tonight. If you want me to. If you want to just be unspoiled about it, that's also an acceptable answer. So let me know what you think of it. In your own time, obviously. I haven't even touched it. I know there's someone with blue and red hair, which I think looks kind of cool. So I'm kind of with that. I like unusual hair. I'm with it. I'm with it. Of course I like unusual hair. I play JRPGs. Oh, Jesus. That's my fault.
Oh, let's go.
I'm kind of in a weird place on Grid Tactics games, because for the longest time, I've assumed that I really like Grid Tactics games. And then I started reviewing them. And I am slowly being forced to acknowledge that I might not actually like Grid Tactics games. Do you mind sharing what the premise is, Blue Felix? Because I'm not actually familiar with it. God damn it! Okay. That's my fault. I looked away from the screen for half a millisecond.
Let's go.
So what color besides blue would I add to my hair if I could? Well, I mean, I want black and white hair. Give it a choice. Are emblem rings that let units team up with past heroes? What? Okay, I know there's always been, like, the multiverse in the Fire Emblem series. And I've always disliked that because I don't like multiverses, but really? That's okay. Oh, that was a nothing burger. I'm gonna not look at the chat this time. Chat's like, die, Lore! Die! Nope, too late. Would I ever have blue hair again? I mean, in a truly ideal world, I'd be able to change my hair color, like, based on my mood, you know? You know the cyberpunk hair? Which I will never stop talking about? Cyberpunk hair is a whole bunch of, essentially, RGB filaments, which you can control and style just via software, you know? So just, today it's really, really bright red, and then now it's violet, and now it's rainbow. So I'd vary it up all the time. But if I had to pick one hair color permanently ever, I'll have the, I believe it's called the salt and pepper look. If you ever look up long salt and pepper hair, you'll see what I mean by that.
Let's go.
I failed the DRM check on my hair. So the hair is just like this giant thing saying, you need to register this within 30 days. Oh, this is a thing that's happening. Whoa, that was weird. Just gonna let them suicide over there. Enjoy that. There we go. And now we're gonna follow them to their deaths.
Oh ho ho. Let's go.
Oh, God. Or like Tor's. How many of you remember Tor's missing texture pattern? It's this really, really bright pink with like this checker box looking thing, I'm gonna say. Whoa, shoot! No! Ah! Ah! Why, Techno's World? Why do you want to kill me? Like, everybody just wants to kill me today. Really? Really, this is just what we're going with. Why does everybody want to kill me today? Ahem. Thank you for the sub, Techno's World. Always. Always appreciate. And if you want to put that towards up to 3 things, please let me know. Okay, there's land. There's land. I think it wants me to go into this pipe for some reason. I'm not sure why I'm thinking that. There is no Yakuza block, no. Yakuza games tend to not have the interest or are too long to really do. Plus, they tend to hurt my hands a little bit because they tend to be a little bit intense. Because, you know, beat-em-ups. Either way.
Oh yeah, Mario time.
Let's see. Techno's World 3, 2. That's going towards the Orville Streaminations. Yakuza 0, Yakuza Iwami 2.
It's a go time.
I love the nomenclature. What stage are you on? Flower Castle. God dang it. It's getting stuck in there. No. It's gonna be Lemmy, isn't it? I just realized. Damn it, Lemmy. I don't feel like playing, Lemmy. Really? Okay. I was gonna say, really, game? You're just gonna put a coin there? Yeah, where's my money, Lemmy? Oh my goodness, okay. That was interesting. What's the RPG, Saber for Wife? Like, what's it called?
Mario number 1. Woohoo!
Oh, it's for the Game Boy. Still, I'm wondering what it is called. It's called Ludwig. Look, Ludwig's hair is legit. I've always said that. Dinosaurus? I've never even heard of that. No, I won't beat this game today. If nothing else, we have the optional super stuff to do. We might beat the vanilla game, though. First, let's do Ice Roll before we get all cocky about that. What's funny is this is a longer game in terms of levels than the previous two. This one has 81 stages in it. I'm not really a holiday person. Not counting my own made-up holidays, obviously. So I have no real preference between the two. Let's go. Or that... If you put a gun to my head, I'd probably go with Christmas.
Mario time.
Because I like the cold. The cold doesn't bother me anyway, so...
It's a go time.
We're only up to 5,000 coins, I just noticed that. I was always Queen Elsa. I mean, come on, Lich King. Hello. Oh, this is interesting. That's true. I've got Elsa's hair color. I'm just saying. Like, I'm not saying that I'm secretly an undead evil lich obsessed with the power of frost, but, you know, if the shoe fits, as they say. Okay, here's one for you. Best Christmas movie. No, Die Hard doesn't count. Nor does Home Alone, for that matter. Elf. I actually know a lot of people who like Elf. And Jingle All the Way is one of those weird ones, because at first glance you'd think that movie would suck. And then you remember that Arnold Schwarzenegger is actually really good at comedy. Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm gonna ding you on that one, Lord Haremont.
Mario number 1.
Hey, little Billy, how'd it go? Hopefully it went well. Shadow Flame or Frost... Oh, Frostfire, easily better. Shadow Flame is cool, but Frostfire is even cooler. I think that level is worth a positive. I know. Shocking. Nice. Congrats, little boy.
It's a go.
No, exactly, Wenlock. Like, Schwarzenegger has always been pretty good at that kind of thing. Pretty much since the beginning of his career. Well, the HUD is mostly up to date, Rex, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the DS one got off the top of my head. I do like crack. It's the only way I can get up in the morning. Oh, you know what? Ditto, Lord Haremont. I need to make a friend of mine watch the MLP Christmas episodes for the holidays. We're not up to MLP yet, but I think they'd enjoy that. Well, that's why I said that Die Hard and Home Alone don't actually count as Christmas movies. It's actually, this is not actually a joke. It was a real common tendency for films to set the events of the film during Christmas in order to try and boost sales, because people like watching films during Christmas. Those aren't Christmas films. The film has to kind of be about Christmas, you know? Hence, Jingle All the Way. Listen, you need to hit level 37 with the lore before you can actually watch MLP. OBS. But no, we're currently going through Star Trek, Lord Paramount. So, obviously, we can't, like... We're not 2 MLP yet. Oh my god. Why?
Oh yeah, Mario time.
MLP is strangely legit. It's technically the highest rated show I've ever covered so far. No, that's not true. Justified is. So the second highest.
It's a go time.
Justified is bonkers good. That show, holy crap. How the hell is that show that good?
Yeah.
What makes a movie a Christmas movie? Oh, you mean... well... Oh no, I kind of hate Justified, and I will never watch the rest of that show. Doesn't change the quality of it. That's an interesting question. What is the theme of Christmas? And don't say Christmas. Whoa there! Oh, this is my life now. I accept my fate. My hate is justified. What makes me hate it? It's a show that is unabashedly horrific and primarily about violent criminals and drug abuse and worse things. And I lack the ability to tolerate that. It's a good show. Like a really good show. That's a good point. Only someone really dedicated to you would actually watch a Christmas film with you. That's a rare thing right there. I can't make fun. I was gonna say, they might even listen to Christmas music with you, but my sister unironically likes Christmas music. See, I was gonna say presents. But yeah, no. Giving, kindness, helpfulness towards others, presents. Probably family, good and bad. It's usually a common Christmas theme. Although I'd say that's a little more Thanksgiving than Christmas, but it's still there. Double Reznor time! So how'd it go, Brigman? Little Billy wouldn't say how amazingly far into the raid you got. Double nerfed Reznor? Yeah, no, I'm kind of with you on that one, Locke. Like, Breaking Bad is another show that's a really, really good show that I will never, cover because holy crap.
Let's go.
It's a damn good show. That's squiggity. Show that I'm looking forward to covering. Does Voyager count? Let's me think. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead. Holy crap. I've heard that a lot, Techno's World. Like, from a lot of people who like both shows. I'm scared about Andor.
Oh yeah, Mario time.
I'm curious to get into Season 7 of Clone Wars. They're just coins, Eva. Hang on. Let me actually look at the Streaminations list before I answer that. Because that's so far out on my mental radar that I haven't even been thinking about it. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that, Rex. I'm honestly debating removing the music positive. Okay, so we've got Arcane, Clone Wars Season 7, Andor, which is going to punch me in the gut, Mandalorian 1 and 2, Tangled, and then Cyberpunk Edge Runners. All of those are funded. On that, we have Book of Boba Fett, and, well, the Donkey Kong Country Show, which will happen. And then everything else is, like, extraordinarily unfunded. I have actually seen a few episodes of Mad Men, but I haven't actually watched it. Yeah, I think I'll stick with the Star Wars stuff. As long as you don't make me watch Ahsoka. No, Arcane will be next, Luke. That'll be the first show we cover when we get back to doing Streaminations in probably about 3 or 4 months. Assuming nothing goes wrong. Knock on wood. That's the one, Blue of Alex. That is, for all intents and purposes, already funded. I know it's not on the list, but it is funded. There's a caveat going into it. Actually, I just realized we're actually going to be starting with that, aren't we? So, when we go back to Streaminations, the first show we'll be covering is the Donkey Kong Country Show. Kill me. Also, Blue Alex. Banana Slammer! Yeah, seriously, that is actually a true statement. We're not covering the whole show, though. That's the caveat. The person who has essentially funded it by themselves will have to pick, I believe it's 4 episodes, so 1 month of coverage. And we will cover those 4 episodes. Wow, that was a thing that happened. I'd smother you in coconut cream pies. Probably not EMU, but we don't really cover movies anymore. So that's really the reason. It's not like I have a thing against Rocky, it's just I don't do movies anymore. I guess there's technically nothing preventing a movie being the Streamination thing, but let's hold off on that for now. We've got literally about a year of backlog on Streaminations. Only a year at the moment. I look forward to doing actual coverage of it, Blue Alex, but I meant what I said. I'm only allowing 4 episodes of it to be in. Because I really think that people in general, including me, would get tired of it. And so we're going to do 1 month of Donkey Kong Country Show, and then we'll move on to Arcane. Like, we only cover 1 episode a week, and that kind of changes the equation a little bit. not like games where we stream games 9 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah, I don't know, Jalito. I'm not sure movies would work either. Well, that's terrible, Zach Taft.
Oh yeah, Mario time. Yeah. It's a go time.
Interesting. This is unique. Oh god, blow up Alex, no! At that point, we might as well just be doing a review of One Piece. Which I think is actually worse than that, but still. How many episodes are in One Piece? Someone look that up really quick. I'm actually curious. Yeah, I'm very, very hesitant to bring back movies in any format. Like, really hesitant. Maybe if I invent the Enertron someday. Maybe. And take over the world so I can do a live movie rumination, because that would be cool. I don't mean like a streamination, I mean literally like watching the movie and then pausing it to talk about it as we go. You know, lore running it, in other words. Damn it. Power up! Yay! Power up. 1,083 or 4 episodes. Jesus! But yeah, I've actually wanted to do lore runs of movies and shows for years. But copy wrong is a thing. And while there are some... let's call them unacceptable ways to kind of sort of pseudo do that, there's nothing I would consider to be a workable solution. So, that's take over the world territory. Or who knows, maybe there'll be some fundamental variance to copyright law sometime in the next 20 years, before I die of old age.
Mario number 1. Woohoo!
Like, alright, this is why Wrath of Khan is awesome. You see this scene that's happening behind me? And it's like back here, you know? Which one is that? One moment, please. Oh my god. That's crazy, Lord Aramont. You should have a package, by the way, period. That's true, Yura. All convincing happened. In related news, I've decided to quit FF14 rather than play it on a controller. See, the funny thing is, I gotta invent, like, infinite energy, infinite time, and then I have to figure out the longevity to vaccine. And all of that's just to start, right? Like, that's the beginning of the process. Then I can start actually taking over the world, and start fixing the environment, and resources, and hunger, and disease, and, you know, all the big, obvious stuff. Then once that's done, then I can actually sit and start enjoying my frickin' life. God, it's so complicated! I go with all this crap. Ugh.
Oh yeah, Mario time.
Yeah, by the way, next year, we'll see exactly how Disney decides to extend the copyright laws and make them even worse. I think it's next year. Okay. This is my life now. One with the clouds. Well, this is actually not a joke. Pretty much everything that's gone wrong with copyright law in the last century has been a direct result of Disney and lobbying by Disney. Now, there are other powers involved, and there's other politics involved, and blah, blah, but Disney has been the big mover and pusher in that by a huge margin. The Mickey Mouse copyright is ending, pretty sure, early next year. I can double-check my timing on that. So... that can go a lot of ways. So I just keep murdering these Loquitos here. I mean, yes, Reign 36, but not as extensively as I'd like, admittedly. I mean, yes, Evo, that's exactly correct. Lobbying... your political leaders, Yura, want to ban graphics design. So you go to your political leaders, and you're like, hey, sup? Please don't do that. And you, like, talk with them, and you chat with them, and you're like, hey, maybe don't do this, and then, hey, maybe this is terrible, I like graphics designing, here's why, ... That's lobbying. The problem is, that covers a huge gradient of possibilities, because then a company can send someone and say, hey, what's up? We really want graphics design to go away. Hey, hang on. Why don't we have this discussion on my yacht? Okay? And then we're going to go to a really nice restaurant, like a really, actually nice restaurant, you know, several $100s a head restaurant. And then we're going to go and play some rounds on the golf course. All of this is comped, of course. And you know, I feel like your next campaign could use a little bit of a financial boost because, you know, I just want to make sure that you're the one who continues to be voted for this person. So why don't I... that's lobbying. I talked about this during Polemic Day. The problem with lobbying is that it's a completely valid and legitimate concept that should exist. The problem is the people who abuse it. Like, if you just get rid of lobbying, that's arguably a bad thing. Because then you, the individual, or special interest groups, or a specific city or specific town, or whatever, would lack the ability to reach out to and try to influence policy of the people you are voting into office. What am I doing? I'm looking up when the Mario thing. When does Mickey Mouse copyright expire? It is 2024. I was right. It is next year. So we'll have to see where that goes. Because you can't tell me Disney's just going to take that line down. I agree, Loke. Although, even taking the money out is harder to do than it sounds. Like, right now, the money is kind of legally taken out, depending. I mean, it's not a bribe. I'm just taking them out for a nice meal on my yacht. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh expired, although that's a little different and a little smaller. Get off me. Actually, several things have started entering public domain lately. Whoa there, whoa there. Okay. Sure, I'll accept that. Blind jump. Probably gonna regret this. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Mario time.
I've thought about copyright quite a bit. In fact, I even gave my exact thoughts on copyright during this most recent polemic week. Or polemic day, excuse me. It's actually really, really simple, by which I mean it's actually extremely complicated. But put simply, I think copyright law needs to be completely ripped out and then rewritten from scratch. Next year, polemic week. Year after that, polemic month. And then 2026 is just non-stop polemic. That's just the whole thing. But that's on track, because that's when I'll have taken over the world, so, like, everything I do will be polemic. I'm like, so I've decided to introduce a fund to get more kittens in more households. And people are like, "Rah!" Because everything will be polemic. Everything. I could say I'm going to give $5 to people. And people will be like, "Rah! He's giving $5 to people." Guarantee it. Guarantee it. There is no escape from the polemic. This is a fun level. This is neat. I'm having fun. I'm having fun! I've stopped having fun. Kill this level! Kill it in its stupid face. Yeah, why isn't it $10? Lore, Emperor Runner. Actually, we do have a real-life kitten problem, which I'm not going to tell you about. And I'm going to encourage you to not Google. But that is a problem that needs to be solved. And it's going to take some work and effort to solve it, but I think it's something that should be done, which of course means it won't be. We have a cat overpopulation problem here in the States. I'm not sure if this is true in other countries. Put very, very simply. And that is a problem for a lot of reasons.
It's a go time.
Yeah, get your pets spayed and neutered it was a frickin' catchphrase for a frickin' reason. Yeah, no, part of the problem... You know how there's that kind of domino effect thing where you do something and then something unexpected is changed by it? Well, one of the changes they put into place, God, like 20 years ago now, it's pretty old at this point, here in the States, in some counties, it varies, is you can't you can't take an animal to a shelter anymore. It's not allowed. So, like, if you have a cat that you don't want or can't take care of or whatever, the best available option to you is, unironically, just abandoning it on the street and letting it fend for itself. So, that's cool. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking about that because it's actually an extremely depressing topic. You know what's not depressing? Kittens. Just in general. Kittens are cute. So cute. No, it's fine, Eva. It's fine. You could take them there and they'll be like, no. I mean, if you want to donate the pet, that's something we might allow. Okay, so we're going to need you to do these 15 tests, 3 of which are medical. All of this are going to be very expensive, like in the hundreds or thousands of dollars range. You can afford that, right? The apartment complex I used to live at actually had a cat that a woman could not take care of anymore. So she just left it out and about. And of course the people there couldn't stand to just watch a cat starve, so that cat just lives in the parking lot, occasionally being fed by someone who feels bad for it. gonna keep coming? Okay, we're good. Yeah, they can hunt, which is honestly the problem, Zephyrin. Cats are very damaging to ecosystems. That sucks. Oh my goodness. I am a blockhead. It's true. Oh my god, it's my niece! She's stealing my bed! No! Why would you steal my bed? It's my bed now. I steal it back from you. You cannot tell me dinner's ready. Because it's too early. Oh my god. It's like an hour and a half early. Okay. Where are you? I can't find you. Where did you go? I'm a zombie. I'm a zombie. No, there's nobody here. I guess I'll just lay down here. Wow, my bed is making all this weird noise. It's making all this strange noise. Ah, well. Ah. Oh no! No, you're attacking me. Why? No. Wait, what?
Wind attack.
Wind attack?
Yeah.
You're not allowed to use wind in your attacks?
But the wind is steal your bed.
Don't steal my bed! I just lost my bed again.
I was zombie.
Wait, why are you a zombie? You're not allowed to be a zombie.
Just kidding.
Oh, okay, good. Whew. Oh, thank goodness. I thought my niece was a zombie there for a second. Could you imagine how horrible it would be if my niece was a zombie? I know. It's terrible. Look, lich, zombie, big difference. Where did you go? I think she's hiding. I'm not sure. Oh well. I guess I'm a zombie. Brains. Where are my niece's brains? That I might eat them. I don't hear her. She must be a master of hiding, wherever she is. Oh, you're doing pretty good, kiddo. I'll give you that. I can't hear you at all. Hey, the Wolfman Hulk. Baby bear, where are you? What'd you say, kiddo? But I'm not a zombie. Okay. I am definitely a zombie. Wink, wink. Well, God. Pay no attention to this zombie.
Oh, Mexico.
And I'm a zombie who's extremely weak to hugs. It's the only thing that can stop me. It's hugs. Nothing else will ever... Oh my god! I heard something. But I don't think... I think I was just hearing things. I think it's something I made up. Nope. I still definitely don't hear anything. There's nothing to hear. I don't know if you guys hear anything at all. I don't hear anything at all. Oh my god! How did you startle me? How did you startle
I
me?
was under your blanket the whole time.
How did you hide there without me finding you?
I'm super quiet.
Oh, how are you getting so good at stealth?
I was just practicing.
Oh, you're getting very good at it. All right, so we have to go through this stage, okay? You ready?
That's a big mountain.
It is. Oh my goodness. Okay, we gotta go up. Pipe, do you think? Okay, we'll go through the pipe. Oh, they're gonna shoot. They're gonna shoot at us. What do we do?
Oh no!
Oh no, here comes the bullet bills. There comes more bullet bills. They're in all directions. What do we do? What do we do, kiddo?
Let's go up.
Okay, up. Yeah.
They go up too.
They do. They're following us. they knew about our evil plan. Are we the bad guys?
No.
Okay, good. They knew about our good plan because they are evil.
Okay.
That's right. And we... Whoa, that was a big one. See him? Look at him.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. But we did it. High five.
We won.
We are the winners. All right, let's go have dinner. I might stream again tonight. I might not. It's really early. We'll see. I'll see you guys in a bit. Don't steal my bed!